Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a video where my dad is going to be giving his final NFL standing prediction for the upcoming season. Dad, as always, I appreciate you helping me out with content, and I know the people are always excited to see you. So, couple of plugs as always before we jump right into it. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel, Waggle, or Prize Picks. By using my codes on G Fuel or Waggle, you'll save a discount on any of their products, and by using it at sign up on Prize Picks, you're gonna guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. But please remember, always play responsibly, and let's get into the video.
Hello all you WyattzWorld junkies, Wyatt's dad or the fossil, back for another video. Today I'm going to take a crack at picking the division winners for the upcoming season. So we'll start with the AFC East. In that division, Buffalo will finish first. Josh Allen is still there. One thing that he can do somewhat that, like Aaron Rodgers, I give Aaron Rodgers credit for this, he can make wide receivers, because I don't think Buffalo has a decent wide receiver right now, but he can create them. They have the two good tight ends, Knox and Kincaid. But I'm a little concerned about Buffalo. I think that defense is going to give them a problem this year, and maybe one of those other teams could sneak up on them, but I have to pick them right now to win the division. Second, we are going to go with the New York Jets. Any of these three teams could finish second, third, or fourth. I'm picking the Jets because I think their defense will be decent. You know, they brought Aaron Glenn over thinking that that's going to be an improvement. Maybe it will be, but you have to remember when he was with Detroit still had a defense that was in the bottom of the division, bottom three in the league, in fact. When you get rid of Rodgers and you substitute for Fields, I don't know if that's a big improvement. And the same guy still owns the team, so I really have some concerns about whether the Jets are going to be that much improved. Maybe they win 7 games rather than 5 this year. Finish third will be the Dolphins. We've got the Tua Hill argument, and anytime you've got something like that going on, it's chaos in the back. I think Mike McDaniel's on his last year there. Big thing about Miami is their defense is going to suffer. I think their secondary is going to suck, and they could finish last in the division. But I will give that spot to the Patriots. Mike Vrabel is a huge upgrade for him. He's going to do a nice job for the Patriots. Drake May is going to be an excellent quarterback. Could be the second coming of Brady, but he doesn't have any offensive line in front of him is a problem. I mean, they picked up Garrett Bradbury from Minnesota. We got rid of him because he can be pushed over by a stiff wind. So they're going to try and have him as their center, and the rest of the line I think is a little suspect. It's going to be hard for May to get any passes off when he's under duress. On defense, I think they will be better. I think Vrabel will have him playing well, and they could sneak all the way up into second, because the division below Buffalo is just not that good. Now we'll go to the AFC North. Ravens will finish first. They probably have the best team in the NFL personnel-wise. They have a good coach as well. Harbaugh's a good coach. He's been there long enough. They really don't have any weaknesses on that team. The only, well, I suppose the kicker, right? But now you have Hoop or Loop or Poop or whatever the guy's name is. Besides kicker, team is pretty stout, and I don't think anybody in the division can hold up to them. Second, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are second, probably solely because of their defense or lack thereof. They had a poor defense last year. I don't think they did anything substantial to improve it. I don't think they've even signed Hendrickson yet. On offense, a lot of weapons. You got Higgins, you have Chase, Burrow, you got Gesicki. Their line is decent. They'll score a lot of points, but they're going to have to score a lot of points because they're going to give up a lot of points. Third in that division will be Pittsburgh. Still going to stay with, they're not going to finish over 500. Issue with Aaron Rodgers is whether or not Art Smith can puppet for Aaron. Really what he needs is a puppet. He needs to run the show, and I think that he will eventually be a poison. The only thing that will keep Pittsburgh above 500 possibly is their defense. The defense is still going to be excellent. It's the offense and Rodgers and any problems he creates. Last place, sorry Cleveland fans, but when you've got 6 quarterbacks on your roster and you pick the fossil of the bunch to be your starter now, I just can't see you going very far. Defensively, Schwartz will have them going, but on offense, they have a lot of talent, but how many quarterbacks spoils the stew? The AFC South. Houston will finish first in the AFC South. Their running backs I'm a little concerned about because Mixon and Chubb are supposed to be both hurt. I don't know to what degree. Offensive line, I think they traded away a couple of players, at least one. And then defense should still be strong, but there's no one else in the division to challenge them, so I like them to win the division. I think Jacksonville possibly can step up. They finally got rid of Doug Peterson, who I've said for quite a while is a turd. They replaced him with Cohen, who I think is somewhat of a clone, but maybe I'm wrong there. Give the guy a chance. Defense can only get better because they were terrible last year. I think that having Hunter there, Thomas was the other receiver that gives them some weapons. I look for Jacksonville to sneak up there. They might challenge Houston, but I don't think they have enough this year to get Houston. Third, Tennessee, they have Cam Ward at quarterback. They have a very strong defense. I think Ward will do well. He could possibly sneak them beyond the Jaguars even. They have a lot of weapons on offense, and they have an opportunity to move up. And then in last place, the Indianapolis Colts. There's a question in terms of which quarterback they're going to start. I'm guessing they're going to end up starting Jones. Coach is first one that's going to be fired. I'm sticking with that. And then, this is something for you guys that are older that might remember this. What do you get when you cross the Waltons and Dukes of Hazzard? Jim Bob Cooter. And if you're old enough, you know what that means, how that relates to those two. But I don't know how you can have a guy and take him seriously. I don't care how damn good he's been in the past. Jim Bob Cooter, give me a break. Indianapolis is not going to go any further than last place in this division, and their coach will be fired early. Finally, the AFC West in this division, the Chargers will finish first. This is the fossil division because between the four coaches, they have 66 years as head coach experience. So you've really got the old guys in here. They will fight it out, but the Chargers will end up winning it. Harbaugh's going to do what he wants to do, which is run the ball. He's got that massive offensive line, and I think I read where maybe the left tackle was going to be out for a while, if not for the year, but he still has the horsepower in there to do it. They average 6'5" and 325 pounds of beef on that line. Running back that they picked up a lot of yardage at North Carolina, I think. They're going to be handing him the ball because I think Harris is hurt. I don't know if he's going to be in there the first part of the season, but regardless, they're going to pound the ball. Second place is Kansas City. I don't really even care to talk about Kansas City. It's the same old crap, except they're getting older and they're going to be bounced a little bit this year. Denver Broncos will finish third. Peyton will be running the dink and dunk operation with Bo Nix, completing an average pass of 4 or 5 yards and getting another 1 or 2 after the catch. And then their defense will be very stout. So I'll give Denver credit. I mean, that defense might be enough and the conservative offense to get them into second place. So they'll be effective this year. And then in last place is the Raiders. I think they'll be improved with Pete Carroll there. I guess he's going to get a haircut like Mark Davis, so that'll be interesting. I don't know if Geno Smith was the answer for him. I think they need a few more weapons and offense. Defensively, they're going to play somewhere in the middle of the pack. I get the Crosby in there, is always a big name on defensive end. But I see them finishing last in that division. And now on to the NFC. We'll start with the NFC East. I like Washington to finish first. Jaden Daniels there, the wide receivers that they have, Deebo Samuels, and if they sign McLaurin again, I'm assuming they're going to give him an extension or whatever he wants to make him happy. Their defense will be middle of the road to maybe breaking the top 10. They will win that division. Second place, Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, and this is interchangeable too, but I have a feeling that they're going to rely too heavily on Barkley this year, wear him down, and I think they're going to suffer a little bit because of that. I don't think their defense is going to be quite as good either. So I have them finishing in second place. Third place, I'm going to take the New York Giants over the Cowgirls. Giants are in a total rebuild. They've got they got Russell Wilson, they got Winston, and then they're throwing darts at quarterback. It's going to be quite an experiment for them. Their defense, I think, will be decent, but they're going to suffer on offense because they're going to be rotating quarterbacks, and when one's not playing good, then the fans are going to clamor for another one, and probably by the end of the season, all three will be in there. Hopefully I'm wrong because I have Dallas finishing last. The Jerry Jones clown show. Can't even sign Micah Parsons, doing the same crap with him that he did with Dak and CeeDee Lamb. And on defense, other than Parsons, I'm not real confident in any of the people on defense. On offense, they have some players. Jerry can wish in one hand and shit in the other one and see which one gets full first, but he's not going any further than third if he makes it that high. In the NFC North, any of these four teams can win the division. I'm going to pick Minnesota, partly because I'm a homer, partly because of KOC, and partly because of Brian Flores. The coaches are excellent, top-notch coaches. Kevin O'Connell, of course, is the coach, but he's also the offensive coordinator. I think he will get McCarthy the guidance he needs to get us there. Strong pair of wide receivers along with Hawkinson, improved offensive line, and the defense will be stout. The only thing I'm concerned about is the secondary, but I think the front seven will make up for that. I like Minnesota to win it. Second place, we'll go with Green Bay. They picked up Golden, their receiver, supposed to be their number one receiver. Otherwise, they kind of stayed pat. LaFleur will somehow find a way to keep them at that level. Their defense, to me, still is not that impressive, but we'll see. Every year we hear they're going to be the number one defense, and they let the offense down. Finishing in third, I have the Lions. I haven't taken a fallback because of the coordinators. Both coordinators are gone. Campbell's got people. I think they were both on the team before, but there's continuity there, and I think there will be some, especially offensively, there'll be some fall off. And fourth place, the Bears. They got the hot hot new young head coach. He will be in Williams' ear, guiding him, throwing multiple times to Colston Loveland, who'll be the Rookie of the Year. Sensational pick by the Bears. The Bears have offensive weapons. There's some question on defense, but I think it's more of a Lions of last year where the offense tries to keep ahead of what the defense is giving up. And there's a possibility they could win the division. Any of these teams could. And the Bears are going to be strong this year. The NFC South. I did a video earlier this year and I picked the division winners, and I'm going to switch up on this division only. I had picked Atlanta, and I just can't see them doing it. It's going to be Tampa. Baker will be strong again. I think their defense is going to be excellent. They picked up Reddick, not that he's going to make a big add to it, but maybe he finally gets his shit together and they perform. I think they're better than the other three teams in the division, clearly. Atlanta finishes second. You know, my biggest concern with them is I think their defense, not that good a defense. It's just plain and simple. I don't think that they're going to be able to keep people out of the end zone, and I don't know that offense, unless Penix is the second coming of Tom Brady, is going to be able to score enough points, at least to win the division. They could maybe make the playoffs, I'm not sure, but I just don't see them as winning it. Previously, I thought they would. I think that Dave Cannell's and the Panthers will finish third. I think that the deal with the Panthers, their defense was so bad last year, can only improve, but how much can it improve? I think offensively, they've got all kinds of weapons. They're going to score points. I just don't know that the defense is going to be able to save them, and I have them on third place here. Maybe they jump up, and then fourth place in the division are the Saints, and they go back to that law firm. What was it? Rattler, Schuck, and Hayner, I think. And I don't know if they've made a decision yet on which one of them they're going to play. Ellen Moore went into a blender here, and unfortunately he's going to suffer. But the good news for the Saints is you'll have the #1 pick in the draft next year. The NFC West. NFC West, I see San Francisco finishing in first place. Bet you wish you hadn't traded away Jordan Mason now that you seem to have a running back situation there. I still can't believe you gave him away. McCaffrey's bound to get hurt at some point. I think San Francisco on offense is going to be better than any of the other teams in this division. Defensively, they got Saleh back. They've got a lot of aches and pains on it yet, but I think he will do enough to keep their defense together, and they'll score enough points, they'll finish first. The Rams will finish second, and a lot of people are probably picking the Rams to finish first. My concern with the Rams, everything that they had last year is good, and they can go with it again, but Stafford is just aches and pains. I just don't know how long he's going to be able to play. If he goes out, they're screwed. Then in third place, we've got the Seattle Seahawks. Didn't say that other word, no. So they're going to go, McDonald's farm there. I don't know if getting Sam Darnold over Geno Smith was a big upgrade for him. A few players are out of there. I think that they have some issues on defense as well. The secondary in particular, I don't see them finishing better than third. And the Cardinals finishing fourth, and I'm finishing them fourth here because I'm not real hepped up on the offense of the Cardinals. Murray he's undersized, and I don't think he's going to develop into what everybody thought he was going to be. There's some weapons on the offensive side, but again, it's an accident waiting to happen. I think they'd be really good on defense. They got Delvin Tomlinson and Calais Campbell, I think, two monsters in there. Of course, between the two of them, I think they'll be able to get Social Security in about 5 years. So they're getting a little long in the tooth, but they're big guys to stop up that middle. I think the defense will be good. So that's how I see the divisions finishing this year. Dig me at the end of the year for how wrong I am. I did switch one of them I predicted earlier, but I'm pretty confident Tampa Bay is going to oust Atlanta out of that. I hope to do a pick each week this year, improve on my 15-3 record. It's going to be hard to improve on that, but I'd like to give it a try. So I look forward to seeing all you Wyatt's World junkies when Wyatt starts doing his picks. Have a good rest of the summer, and we'll see you then.